you want me to pop? There you go.
I clicked it. We're live.
All right, we are live, and we have our.
We are live.
All right,
dude. I'm telling you, it was so funny to see Michael Imperioli not as Christopher Moltisanti, but as this whole other character, but basically the same. It's like Christopher Moltisanti took on an acting role.
Well, it's like that where they get what is that called when the actors get it's like the guy from, oh my goodness, I'm trying to think.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, we got to do the start. We got
Tracy.
Here we go. All right, Dave Blazo, we have people over here also from TikTok, so they're just checking it out and all this
Great.
stuff.
We love our audience. You guys are fantastic. The people on Facebook, the people on YouTube, now TikTok. This is absolutely fantastic.
All right. You want to get right into it, or what do you want to talk about first before we get into the show?
I think we can get right into it.
All right. By the way, everyone, this is from the dispatch. So every morning we send the dispatch out and we go over the stories. But this story, Dave Blaze, everyone needs to listen to. Seriously. All right. Here we go.
Go.
All right. Dave Blaze.
Hold on a second, Gene. I'm going to tell you guys right now, if you are not, please sign up for the dispatch. It's free. You get it every morning between 9:15 and 9:30. It has special curated stories specifically for our audience. And then in the evening, you can follow along with us in the show.
Right. No, it's really fun here with this. Now, this one's really important because we talked about this one, Dave. The FBI is investigating the ICE, the anti-ICE.
Yeah, the anti-signal group.
Okay. Now, this is interesting because it's he's rounding them all up. I mean, he's investigating them, but they're going to be rounded up. What they're trying to prevent, this is Kash Patel.
Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong, is like if there are coordinated efforts in Minnesota in other areas, correct?
All right. Let me say that. You're right, but let me say it a different way.
All right.
All of the activities that are going on in Minneapolis and elsewhere in Minnesota, but specifically Minneapolis, there's a Signal chat group, and apparently it's not only locals, but they're finding that there are members of this chat group who are coordinating everything in Minneapolis. In other words, directing it from other parts of the country. And this is what the FBI is looking into. Now, and it wouldn't surprise me one bit if they start uncovering that it's quote unquote the network people that Gene and I have been talking about for quite a while now.
Now, if it is a coordinated effort, it could possibly be under RICO if they're trying to do illegal things. Is that right?
That's right. If it's a coordinated effort and it turns out that it leads back to some form of an organization, then that's when RICO comes in.
Okay, now the other thing that I want to mention is this Signal thing that people think it's all.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I show my people where it is. So we have this video right over here that shows basically that everyone thinks it's all whatever safe or. All right. Anyway, I'll play the video. Here we go.
Yeah.
If you have to transmit that information to a family member, social security number, other information there, and you want to use encrypted communication, Signal is going to be an application of choice, but it is a consumer-based application. The real issue here is that for sensitive or classified information that is being used by and transmitted by the government, that number one, the devices must be protected, and number two, the application and the transmission of the data must be protected. Just simply using an encrypted app that is only consumer grade on a personal device is actually going to open up the United States and others, right, to foreign spying, hacking, and other risks.
Okay, so the point about this is people don't know they're going to get in trouble because they think that everything in this thing could be not tracked. But this is not Signal wasn't designed for that, correct?
No. Well, the thing is, okay, it's a gimmick. Look, if you want to have secure secure messaging going back and forth between you and friends and family and whatnot, the rule of thumb is to blend in. Blend. For example, now, okay, you got these wise guys. They go and they buy burner phones, right? Because they pay cash for the burner phone at some discount store. They pay cash. They get the phone. They use it once, whatever. They go to the house. They're in their apartment or whatever. They open the burner phone, activate it, and so on. Start making calls, right? They're stunad, and here's why. Because the instant they activate the phone, boom, they're sending up a signal to exactly where they are. So now the authorities know where they're at, their address, and they can pinpoint exactly who it is using this phone, right? So the smarter thing would be, if you're in, let's say, hypothetically, you're in New York, you take your burner phone, you go to Penn Station at rush hour, when there's thousands and thousands of people around, and that is where you would activate it, because they
my point with this is you basically have all these people
OPSEC is you got to keep your OPSEC secure. Number one.
These people think they're using these to for whatever reason, but the FBI just came in and said, okay,
this became big with the not so much Trump supporters, but the far right MAGA people. Everything is, for example, now Proton Mail. Oh, I use Proton Mail because nobody's going to read my emails. Listen, as soon as you sign up for Proton Mail, that's like there's a bell that goes off at the NSA or the CIA. Someone's on Proton Mail. Better find out who that is.
If you're not, you don't know. If you're not doing anything wrong, it's like people just want a little more privacy.
It's not No, but that's not how you get the privacy. You get the privacy online by blending in. Because I'm going to tell you right now, online privacy, you would have to be sitting in a cave in Afghanistan somewhere with a totally military grade satellite phone. That's your privacy. If you want to be online. If you want to be online and be private, blend in. Have a Gmail account. Use Microsoft Edge or Google Chrome, like millions of other people.
All right.
Then you won't have a problem. As soon as you start activating all sorts of security, I'm going to use Proton Mail, and then I'm going to use my DuckDuckGo or some other Brave browser, and I'm going to do this, that, and it. The authorities are looking at this and they're going, who's this guy? Who's this woman?
A lot of people are just about to be busted.
They have to hide.
A lot of people are just about to be busted because what's going on is that the FBI on the anti-ICE part is getting to them.
Right.
All right. Let's do this. Let's do another one, and then I want to break for a second and say hello to everybody here on my end, and maybe you could say that for what it is. Okay, so here it is, the next story right here. Hold on. All right, Dave Blaze, we're talking about, a lot of people don't know this, but the government is about to, no, I won't say about to, can get shut down as far as this Saturday, correct? Here with this vote
this Saturday, that looks like there's going to be another shutdown.
Okay, I hate to say that they are traitors. I don't want to be like this, but there's supposed to be 60 votes in the Senate. Last time there was about 8 that needs to cross over, and one of them was Fetterman. But at the same time, Fetterman this time is a little bit more pissed off, I think. So we might not have, or the Republicans.
Do we know what part? I mean, obviously the Democrats are not saying get rid of ICE because that's lunacy. So what part of the bill do we know?
They just want to be heard. If I could say it this way, they just want to be heard. Really, right? And just say to them, let's take out this part or whatever. I hate to say it's a protest vote.
Right. I think the part that they want to take out is the just approved funding. Right? The just approved funding. And then, you know.
Okay, here's a video. Okay, here's a video right here. Talk about Fetterman, and this is going down. This is this Saturday. We're going to come to a head. Here we go.
Democrats should stand firm on this and move forward. We have a wall we can put up of the Democrats who support this. Do you think they should shut down the government over this issue?
Well, no. I think the short answer is no, Martha. I think we should, people in Washington need to start acting like adults, and the government, including the president and members of Congress, need to act, lead by example. So no, I don't think we need to shut down the government over this, but that goes without saying that we need to reform DHS. What's happening with ICE is out of control. We gotta admit, obviously, that protesters are getting out of hand as well. We need to tone down the temperature on both sides, both Democrats, Republicans. But at the end of the day, this falls on the president. The president needs to lead by example. I'm glad to see, by the way, Tom Hanks going to Minneapolis and talking to Tim Walz. I think that's a step in the right.
Okay, so basically they showed it, but what you have here is you're going to have a situation where the Republicans need like 8 votes to get through this.
Right.
And one of them, Fetterman, I guess, is not that happy, but this is going down on Saturday that the government can be shut down.
Listen, nobody, the Democrats do not want to shut down the government again. They do not want to be to blame for shutting down the government for any reason after the last debacle.
All right. Well, let's hope so. Really quick, if I could say hello to some people, because there's
because I want to do that too. Just give me a second. A lot of people in the chat here on Facebook are talking about how they use the Signal app for a lot of different things, neighborhood watches, and we use this, and someone from the someone even said that somebody from the Department of Defense recommended it. Of course. So if you want an alternative to Signal, if whatever you're communicating has to be as private as possible, and you never want anyone to know, you're going to want to use an app called Session, Session, Session. All right. That's the one you want because it's completely decentralized. So in other words, when you're sending a message, it's not like it's a direct communication to somebody else. It goes into like a field of servers, and then it eventually makes it out to the other person. So that's the app that you would want. Okay,
really quick. Someone here is from Hot Springs. We're going to talk a little bit about the foot stomping thing. It's national news. If you get the dispatch, you know that like Fox News is reporting, and we put the Fox News article in there, but that foot stopping thing in Hot Springs. Anyway, they're in a house, a lot of other stuff, and all this. Okay. Good. All right. Let me.
What is going on? Are we talking about that? Oh, right. We got.
Yeah, we are. We have that story that is going on with. Okay. Let's move on here on the dispatch here. Okay, Dave Blaze, of course, the current issues.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah, the current issues here we have. The new George Jr. is out, which I have an article. Who did I write about?
Samuel.
Who's that?
I thought it was Samuel, isn't it?
Samuel, yep. So I wrote a children's article on that, and also.
But the big thing, go back to George Jr. for a second. Sure. The big thing is that we did a whole nother year-long curriculum for homeschooling. And it's not, look, when you open up George Jr. and you see the homeschooling program, it's not like, like a couple of paragraphs, do this, do that. It is a full-blown approved curriculum that you can use to teach your children. If you want to get it approved where you are, just show it to any of your local officials. They will have zero problem allowing you to use that in your classes.
And I must say, it's tried and tested. My children are homeschooled.
Yeah, yeah.
Now,
and then also in that George Jr., we explained to the kids exactly what the Monroe Doctrine is, because they're hearing, everyone's talking about Trump is adhering to the Monroe Doctrine, and it's his own Monroe Doctrine, and so on. And that gets thrown around a lot. But if you ask the average person, well, what is the Monroe Doctrine? They don't know.
Yeah.
And so we have it in George Jr., so the children will know.
Okay, and let's do one story. Dave, this is the new George magazine cover. You want to tell us a little bit of a story that you want to...
Yeah. We got two big articles in here. One is about pricing surveillance. And pricing surveillance is like this. There is a lot of money being spent to analyze your data, right? That's collected all over the place. Your data is collected all over the place. So imagine this scenario. You and the person in front of you online at the store have the exact same product. Let's say you're buying, I don't know, a radio. So you both have the same radio. The person in front of you goes to pay, and you notice that they have an inexpensive Samsung phone and, you know, the old sneakers on or whatever it is, and they pay $30 for their radio. Now, when you go to pay, the cashier takes a look at you. You got on a leather jacket. You have an iPhone, the most recent one. You have, you know, you look like you got some money. You're charged $40 for the same radio. That's,
no, I've seen it. I listen. I've seen it before.
That's surveillance pricing, but it's being
right.
done digitally. So online, these websites, whether it's Amazon, Walmart, whoever, they all do it. They spend millions and millions of dollars on this. When you go to buy something, they run through your purchasing history and so on and so forth and present you with a price. It is diabolical, and we cover that in this issue.
Okay. Yeah. No. It's a real problem. I mean, quite frankly, I see it walking around town.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now the other thing, Gene, we also have a 2026 predictions based on game theory, and everybody knows how we are with our predictions.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do this. Let's move on to the next story here. All right, Dave Blaze. This one's interesting because it has to do with the sham marriages and how can I best explain this? Chinese spies sham marriage scandal exposed, and so this is a real problem. And the video here is eye-opening. But
yeah, play the video and then we could talk about it.
All right, let's do this. And then for everyone else here, I'm going to just move it so everyone can see it here. Here's a video for the sham marriages.
Federal filings say that Navy sailors living in Jacksonville tried to commit marriage fraud by marrying Chinese nationals. For the purposes of this story, we'll refer to them as Defendant 1 and Defendant 2. The court filing for Defendant 1 says that she was recruited by one of the conspirators around September 13, 2024 to enter into a sham marriage. That person promised her a total of $35,000 for the marriage, obtaining of a green card and divorce of a Chinese national referred to as Conspirator 3. On October 4th, 2024, she travels to Las Vegas to meet that person and marry.
All right, this is happening, Dave Blaze, with females and males, like the.
Right. Oh, I just want to bring this out. Timbra is a situation that's ongoing. Everybody knows we had to reformat all the magazines, all of them. And that means resetting the text on every single page. It was a ridiculously difficult thing to do, but we made it through. And now Gene will tell you the new fulfillment center is being inundated with the magazines. And right. This is a typical situation.
Going out the door every day with this. Okay, Dave, so let's weigh in on this sham marriage thing. This is a really going on in Jacksonville, I believe. But, it's, again, this is the DOJ is doing stuff about it. There are already trials on it.
Let me just point out, first of all, these kind of sham marriages have been going on since the nation started. I mean, not since it started, but, when you start getting into the early 1900s and so on, this was like commonplace. Now, of course, the authorities crack down on it, and they ask them, they visit them at their apartment, and they ask them all sorts of interesting questions and so on and so forth. But I want to point out that that is like the Chinese mindset. Okay, we're going to infiltrate, we're going to do these marriages, and we're going to get our people into the United States through these phony marriages. Okay, that's their mindset. That's not Russia's mindset. Russia's mindset is conquer and kill you, or conquer and die. Conquer and die.
Right here on the there was a comment here from Poison Ivy, one of my friends.
Yeah.
She said this has been going on for a long time, so this is nothing new. But I find it interesting that, hey, now I won't say it's the only thing, because I'm sure it happened before. They're going down. They're like actively pursuing these things now. Okay.
Yeah. Well, they've been actively pursuing, but again, this is why there's so yes, the Chinese would love to be. China would love to be in the United States position, but they're not. Right? So they try everything they can to hurt us economically, money-wise. Russia, on the other hand, is the world's greatest propagandist, and it's all about conquer. It's two completely different mindsets, and it goes back a long time. So just realize that.
Okay. Really quick, we're going to go into this next one. I say this because on TikTok, I have a lot of friends here from Hot Springs, and we're going to talk about that foot stomping one in a second. But just want to say hello to everybody. A lot of good people here, and thank you, Neck Lady there as well. Okay, Dave, you want to just talk about this next one, because it's kind of
yeah.
All right, here we go. Okay.
Hold on 1 second, Gene. Yes, Deborah Hutley just said, okay, thanks for explaining about the magazine. Yeah, that's what we had to do, because behind the scenes we have a huge expansion happening, and we had to. Okay, to go into a little deeper, when we first started the relaunch, we had a graphic designer that gave the magazine like a weird size, and we just went with it because, frankly, I'm from the IT world. I didn't know anything about publishing, and Gene, he's a great photographer, but you didn't know anything about publishing, right? But these people seem to know, so okay, that's the size. It turns out you can't put these magazines in a bookstore at that size.
Right. Who knew? It's like there's rules to it, because it has to fit on the shelf. Is what it is in a certain way.
Yeah, they actually told us that, hey, this is wonderful. It's a great quality and everything, but it's formatted to the wrong size. We can't use this. Okay. And we were like, what?
So we have to.
So anyway, so that's the backlog. We had a big changeover. Everybody will get their magazine. We're not going anywhere. We're going on. Gee, we're almost at 4 years publishing every month.
Okay.
Anyway, okay. Let's go.
This one is the one everyone wants to talk about. I have a lot of friends on Facebook and everyone. This is the brawl. Dave, basically in Hot Springs, there was a fight, but the problem with it is that after the person was knocked out, that the other guy stomped on him, and he's right now in jail.
Who does that? Who fights like that? I mean, seriously, who fights like that? Once you hit, okay, maybe it's just my generation. My generation, you hit somebody, if they're out, first of all, you're definitely afraid you really hurt the person, and now they're going to get up and sue you. So if they're on the ground, you don't then start kicking them in the head. Who does this?
This happened probably, Dave, 10 minutes away from my house. The person is from Benton, which is about.
Say no more.
Yeah,
Benton.
Right, Benton, and he's right now he's in jail. The bond, I believe, is $500,000. Yeah. Okay, here's the video for it, and so you can see at least time with what's going on here.
According to Cooper, videos circulating online show multiple people involved in the assault.
It looked like the suspect came for them, swung at the victim with a belt in his left hand, and then another suspect joined in and blindsided the victim.
He is also addressing the role of bystanders who recorded the incident instead of stepping in.
Something that it's right now everybody's just looking for clicks and likes on social media.
Okay, so I don't even know what to say about this, but it is so sad. And then old friends of mine, like in high school, like God, boys will fight in high school, but these are like, I think it was 18, 19, 20.
Oh, please, the fights you have in high school, you know, first there's a little punching going back and forth. If you get the other guy in a weakened position, you pull his shirt over his head and stuff him in a locker. It wasn't this craziness. This, I'm going to tell you right now, that looks demonic. When you start going into those kind of actions.
The other thing, Dave, this is the new thing about this. They are the law enforcement is going after the bystanders or whatever that were videoing it and didn't do anything. So this could be ongoing, and this is sad. And it is literally 10 minutes from my house here that it happened.
Yeah. Okay. And what are these people from Benton doing in Hot Springs anyway? They let them out of the cage there from Benton.
I don't know. All right, Dave Blaze, we have one more story to go through, and this one I think is the most controversial here of the day with this. Okay, Dave, this is probably the most controversial one, and I want to thank everyone for joining me here with this. And the gun groups are split. They're basically, normally it would be the gun groups are all for Donald Trump, but it is not in this case. Some of them are twisted away.
What exactly are they? What exactly are they saying?
No, I don't. Diane, that's a good question. I don't know. I haven't talked too much about it, but there is surprises in the new publication that we're putting out at George Magazine. Okay. All right, Dave. Let me just do the video for you, and then we'll talk about it. Here we go.
You should be able to carry a firearm while protesting, while exercising your Second Amendment rights. Our organization would not exist if that was not the case. You also cannot interfere with federal authorities running an operation. I think both of those things can be true while still respecting the Second Amendment. This messaging from the Trump administration early on was a total cluster of words that I don't think they meant. I hope they did not mean, as we've seen them walk back.
All right, Dave, we talked about this earlier.
I don't know. Okay.
All right.
You know, personally, I'm a big supporter of the Second Amendment. You know, the weaponry. But the thing is, this person knew they were going to this protest to interfere with federal ICE officers doing their job. He knew that he was going to do that. Why would you then bring a gun?
I get it. But what they're saying is, well, it doesn't matter because you have the right to have a gun anyway. So don't make it an issue that he had a gun. I hate to be like that, but that's what their issue is. It's not that it is, but like they're saying, don't make it an issue that he had a gun. It should not be an issue. I get it. All right, go ahead,
dude. It's a provocation. Why would you do that? Wouldn't it be better if you were going to jerk around with these ICE officers to then go, hey, man, I'm unarmed, right? Right? Then it becomes a very difficult thing for them to do anything to you. But if you have a weapon, what are you thinking?
All right.
Well, I tell you, I know it's a horrible tragedy. It is a horrible tragedy. But here's another thing. The ICE officers tell you, hey, get back out of the way. You know you got a weapon on you. You don't want to be found out for that. So you go, yes, officer, okay. And you back away. You don't start wrestling with 5 cops.
Right. Well, all right.
Why would you do that?
Much more to talk about that for everyone else.
I really don't get it. Can you answer that? Can you answer that question? And then you got the Second Amendment guy. Everybody has the right to carry a gun. You know, Bring a gun to bed with you. You never know what's going to happen. Sleep with one eye open with your wife. Why not do that?
I get your point. I'm just telling you, it's very sensitive all along. I mean, in every single way, it's sensitive.
Hey, listen, are you going to give Nadine back a jacket after the show?
Come on, this is like a Fonz. Look at this. It's the Fonz.
It looked great on her the other day.
It's like Fonzie, man. All right, let's do this.
Fonzie wore a bomber jacket.
It's Fonzie. It's Fonzie.
No, that's not Fonzie.
It is Fonzie. All right. Let's do this. We're going to close out the show. For the people on TikTok, stick around so I can say thank you for sticking around. But go to georgemagazine.com and get the dispatch. And let me just show you, everyone, how we close out the show here. All right.
Dylan, believe me, Gene is not the Fonz. Gene is more Richie than the Fonz.
I'm Ralph Mal.
I'm telling you, he's more Richie and Potsy than the Fonz.
All right.
Which is not a bad thing. Richie was.
No, I'm the Fonz. It's the Fonz.
You're the Fonz.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for checking us out. Don't forget to go to georgemagazine.com and sign up for the dispatch. It's free. Get the emails and the news stories. And check us out Monday through Friday, 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You can check us out on Facebook and YouTube. We'll see you then. All right, Dave, just so you know, thank you. My guys on TikTok are still there. I want to say hello to them. Then I know you got to feed your cat. Then we'll talk up later, right?
Yeah. All right. Give my regards to everyone.
TikTok people,
see you tomorrow.
All right, I'll talk to you later, Dave. All right.